I'm here with Steve Ashcraft with the Collins collection, and wow, what a collection. You've got some stunners here this year.
Thank you very much.
I guess we're going to start with a Corvette. What's the story with this Corvette? A Copo Corvette?
Yes, sir. It's a 1967 Copo Corvette. It is MOSFET green. They didn't build MOSFET green in 1967. So it was a corporate officer that ordered the car with a brown leather interior, which makes it extremely rare.
Man.
And the car itself has been in a museum since 2000. It's been Bloomington Gold certified, so everything on the car is the way it needs to be. And from that point, from a standpoint from a Corvette buyer, if it's been Bloomington Gold certified, it's real.
Wow.
So that really sets the precedent for the car itself.
Now, what are they talking about a value on this car? What are they thinking?
Well, you know, you should be up in the neighborhood of anywhere 180, 225.
Wow.
In that neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know.
What if you had $1 million? Do you have a car that's worth $1 million here? Is there one?
Actually, yes, sir, I do.
Let's step over here. So what we're looking at is we're looking at a real Cobra. We're not looking at one of these kit cars. This is a $1 million real Cobra.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about it.
It's a 1966 AC Roadster. It's number 3301. It was the first car built in the last run of the 427 side oilers. This car is actually, as Carroll Shelby put it, one of the rarest.
Wow.
Actually, 3301 and 3302 were sent overseas. They weren't titled in the United States. And this car come back into the United States after being in Europe in 1979. And that's when the story starts in the Cobra registry. The car itself, it's got a 427 in it. They advertised it back then at 500 horsepower. I actually had a conversation with Carroll Shelby at Amelia Island, and I asked him, I said, you know, I've raced cars and I've raced boats, and the car actually feels like it's got a lot more than 500 horsepower. And he leaned over to me and said, we never built one under 600.
Whoa.
So they had to advertise them at 500,
Exactly.
But he said, we never built one under 600.
It's incredible.
So, you know, that comes straight from Carroll, and which was a very nice gentleman. He actually wanted the car a couple times, and but we hung on to it, and we're hoping to see what happens here.
Wow, that is great. Now you've got another car that has a great story. If we can walk down here.
Yes.
So now we're going to look at a very special 1967
Yes, sir.
Austin Healey that is like just incredible. Am I correct?
Yes, sir, it is. It's 1967 C3000. This particular car is a one-owner car. It has won 6 Concourse Gold medals. The last time I showed it was at Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky, and which it won the gold there also. Actually, the judges, it was pretty cute, the judges that walked up to the car knew the car because they're the one that judges all the Austin Healeys across the world. And he asked me, he was like, "Does this car come out of West Virginia?" And I was like, "Well, yes, sir, it did." And he said, "Well, we know the car." And he said, "Actually, you got the finest 1967 in existence." He said, "The car's never been beat." And at that point, I said, "Well, you know, the gentleman that I bought it from told me that, but talk's cheap. Everybody thinks their car is the best one." Mm-hmm. And so it just sort of put icing on the cake for us.
Wow. It's just a beautiful car. Now, you do have 2 cars behind us, the Shelby's convertibles.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me a little bit about those?
Well, the 1969 Grabber orange convertible car, they only built 7 of them cars. That car right there is a very expensive car. You know, it'll probably bring in the neighborhood of around $250,000 to $300,000. It's a very rare car. It's a very nice car. It's been restored. You can't find it, you know, not when they're real.
Exactly.
And the 67 sitting beside it, the blue one, has actually got a 428 with 2 4-barrels and air conditioning.
Wow.
Which is pretty hard to find also. Now the red one sitting beside it over there is another 69 convertible GT 350 Shelby Cobra. And it actually come out of the Heller collection. A very good friend of ours, Dan Heller, and which has just been immaculately done. I mean, the car is awesome.
Incredible, yeah.
Yes, sir.
My last question for you is, why did you guys choose Mecum Auctions to present these cars?
There's a lot of reasons for choosing Mecum. Dana Mecum takes a lot of pride in what he does, and he understands muscle cars.
He does.
That's why he does muscle cars. So if there's ever any kind of issue, Dana stands behind everything. No matter what goes down, Dana will make it right. And that means a lot when you're dealing with high dollar cars.
When you're dealing with $1 million car, you want somebody that's going to stand up for you.
Well, I want someone that's honest, that can look me in the eye and tell me the truth.
That's cool.
And that's what we like about Dana. Dana's like that. And that goes a mile.
That's awesome. That's great.
So, you know, and plus they treat us very well. As you can see, you know, with all the banners and the tents and the collections and everything, he takes pride in what he does.
Now, Steve, I've got one more question to ask. I'm notorious for getting in trouble with Cobras, okay? I don't know why. I mean, it was in Daytona, the cops got called on me. It wasn't a big deal. We got out of trouble. Can we start this thing up?
Yes, we can.
Let's go to it. Come on, I want to see what this thing sounds like. All right, so we're just gonna, ooh, this is nice. This is not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see what it sounds like. Gotta give it a little gas, little motion. Whoa! I'm thinking I like this. This is awesome. This is what it's all about right here. I'll go ahead and write you a check right now. I got an extra $1 million. Now don't cash it for a couple of weeks.
Well, it's probably gonna be more like about 1.3.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and write it for $2 million. It's not gonna be any good anyway. Oh, did I say that?
We got a deal.
All right.